Hello everyone, it's me again, and during this video I want to talk about if it is safe to do light language. Do I need to be protected when I do light language? And I wanted to do that because I have been bombarded with questions now that I am publishing in the course, and that at the same time a lot of people is waking up to the fact that light language is a technique that is very powerful indeed and can connect you with spirit, with channeling, with your divine feminine, to contact spirit, galactic frequencies, angelic, in a very more efficient way than many other techniques. And sometimes light language comes when we are not even sure about what it is, how to understand it, how to practice it in general. I do have few codes on my hands because I just recorded a video activation if you are asking yourself what it is that the girl has in your hands. Right, so look, light language, it is the communication of the light, correct? So in order for us to understand the light, we have to be the light, hear the light, tune into the light, express the light. And that happens without the mind involved. It happens through our own heart's essence, soul, spirit. Light language has that thing that you certainly doesn't know exactly what it is about, but you feel drawn to, and then it feels good. It's like, oh, it's so good, I love it, but I didn't understand quite completely everything. It doesn't translate like from English to Spanish or Italian. It's just a sense of expansion and feeling that it comes accompanied, I hope a pronunciation that word correctly, with healing or an activation or a message. In general, we are going to be able to translate it through what it feels from us. We're going to have the predominant energy that it's called anchors. An anchor, it is the predominant energy that imprint the predominant energy within that experience. Like for example, if I felt sad, I anchor sadness through that experience. If I felt joy, excitement, peace, whatever my perspective was, I imprinted like a tattoo, and then I create a code that represent that thing. And sometimes anchors are interwoven with other senses, like for example, the smell of cinnamon reminds me of my grandma, so that is an anchor that I have: cinnamon, grandma, happiness. Does that make sense? And this is how kind of humans work through our senses. We use our senses to imprint our feelings and then to create memories and linear experience. So it is safe to do light language. So I need to be protected. Ask your higher self and your intuition. If you feel you need to be protected and sage and put, I don't know, any dark crystal, anything, go for it. I don't use protection because I ask my higher self to be in charge, and then I do trust and know that if my guides allow that darkness to enter is because it needs to be released. One thing that I know is we only, I used this yesterday for a session. Look, this is source, let's say. So the first split, it was the balance symbol, source into dark and light, right? So source acknowledged that source had dark and light within. And then we starting to split it into all kinds of different versions between the light and dark within. Angelic, galactic, human, elemental, whatever. So this is kind of my soul, my oversoul. The circles represent the souls that I am. When that oversoul, I'm going to have half darkness, half light. The light, it's not completely pure light. It's light that has a tiny darkness within. The darkness has a tiny light within because that is the yin and yang. I have it, but I don't have it on hand. But I think you guys understand. So, we alchemy our light when we make the choice either to bribe it in the shadow side or in the light side. So, if you're doing light language, in light language it is a base form expression of communication of the light. You are vibrating in the light side of your oversoul, which means only light expressions of you are going to be attracted. If you feel sad or broken or depressed, maybe it's not a time to do light language, because we're going to open a portal, and then because we are in, let's say, a dark night of the soul, we may attract darkness, but even though if we do, it's going to be good, because we're allowing that darkness to be filled with light, and we're going to heal and transcend those aspects. So always use your intuition and ask your higher self about if you should or you shouldn't. For me, when I started doing light language, I had no idea what it was. I started seeing symbols. I started speaking in my dreams. In my dreams, I would understand. But then when I wake up, I was senseless. I had no idea about what I was talking about, and it honestly freaked me out because I thought I was going banana. So I started people questions. I did not even know it was called light language. I just thought, I don't know, I was broken or coarse or damaged, or I don't know, something wrong. And then I asked, and then people replied to me, you are not in your holy space. Your frequency is so low that you are just attracting entities, things like that. That I should use crystal, sage, all kinds of things. Nothing was working. Because now I know that it was that period for me to practice. I am doing a lot of light language, so I'm healing my throat. It was a period of me to practice with all kinds of energies, so I could discern which the ones that I was attracted to align with. The first light language that I started doing, it was very rusty, it was very rough, and it was all cutted because I was struggling to let it be. It was kind of those weird sounds like kind of like that. I was like, what is that, right? Just freaked me out. And then I started pushing myself, practice, and then it became more soothing and more gentle, like and then I started playing around and feeling confident, and then I leveled up myself as a light language speaker, because the more confident, the more enjoyable you do it, the more easy it is for you to do. I don't believe we are attacked, because I'm going to explain my reasons why, so please follow your own systems. I don't want to influence anyone. I just want to share my point of view about the whys. I was meditating back then 3 times a day. I was using crystal, sage, holy water, roses, oils, everything, and nothing was working. I was still being awoken, I think is the word, by entities, all kinds of entities, beautiful entities, galactic angels, horrible entities, elemental shadows, ghosts. I was terrified because I was terrified of my own power. So I think it was 5 or 6 months periods of training of daily having different entities, because I needed to learn to discern what was good for me and what was not for my highest good. And indeed I did, and it was when I started making drawings. And making the drawings helped me because I was making a physical something that it was not physical. And it was at that time when I started practicing channel, not in the way that I do it right now, but it was just like the first baby steps. Then I did a channeling course, but when I did a channeling course, I realized I no longer needed it because I was already doing it. but it helped me because it was a confirmation that I was in the right path. Same happened with other courses that I did. So the best learning practice you could do is be open, be yourself, ask your higher self to be in charge, and trust that if your higher self allow whatever to come true, it is because it was meant for you to get in contact with. You can set boundaries. No one can come to me unless I have a name, a reason why, the teaching, and how to get rid of you if I don't like your frequency. This is my parameter, and I always have that before they come in. I have an image or a feeling or a word that says Arcturian, Pleiadian, Jesus Christ, or whatever. Sometimes I have 3, 4, and then I choose the one that I like to do. Sometimes I hear Dragons, Elementals, Hopi Collective, and then I say, Hopi, you're the winner, right? So have fun, play, go for it. At the first time, when we are learning to do it, set your intention. I only want to channel my soul. I only want to channel Pleiadians. I only want to channel fairies. And do it for a long time. So you recognize what fairies feels for you, or Pleiadians or Arcturians, and then change into another frequency. Go little by little so you recognize what Galactics feels for you, what Angels feels for you, what Healings feels for you, what Activations feels for you. We all have a different system of tune into spirit. My system, it is, I feel sometimes that my voice change. I go like more low and smooth. That's why sometimes people fall asleep with their meditation, which I like it, honestly. I fall asleep with their meditations too. I feel a sense of expansion in my heart. It feels like if my back was from ice and then I'm melting like into water, and then I feel like expanded, like slow. Sometimes I cannot even move my body. I am like traveling probably, and then I only move this. When I'm moving like that, it's because the energy is too intense and I'm trying to integrate it. It's always good to ground before and after light language, and allow yourself to have feedback and interact with the energy without drawing yourself off the connection of the light. Like, okay, who are you? What are you doing? Why I feel this in my back? Can you ground me? Can you do healing of me? Can you help me to manifestation? Or whatever. So always be open. Ask your higher self, your source, whoever you trust to be in charge, to lead you, to guide you. If you feel you need to be protected, go for it. If you feel you're okay with whatever it is, then be inclusive and allow all type of energies to do it. But by being open, it doesn't mean you are going to be open to whatever that it is. I mean, I am selective to the frequencies I allow into myself. But even if I don't like that frequency, it still comes through. I try to hold on and be open to see what is the lesson that I need to gain from that connection, and not get stuck into, oh, I didn't like it, and then still coming up. It's a punishment. It's not like that. It's more like embracing and holding the space for all the energies to find balance. Again, if you guys have any question or anything, leave it in the comments of the video or contact me at encounterfrequency.com. But once again, if you would like to do light language like the way I do, or better than the way I do, practice, 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 practice. Thank you so much. Many blessings.